Hello, my name is Zach, and I like to backpack around the world. I have actually no idea what this video is going to be, but I haven't made a video in over a month, so I figured this will be that video that I make. I am currently walking around in Nesbitt Park here in Bartlett. Anyways, I have worked the past 39 consecutive days. This is my first off day in 39 days, so I figured I would bring y'all a video on my off day. And usually when I work an excessive amount of days, obviously I have something planned, and that I do. In mid-September, I am going up to Chicago, and then I'm gonna fly over to Bangkok, Thailand, and then I'm gonna do a round trip from Bangkok to Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. And then when I get back to the States, I'm flying into Chicago just for 2 days, and then I'm gonna head over to Phoenix, Arizona for some concerts, Bring Me the Horizon, and then later on in that trip to Phoenix, stay in Atlantic. So that's gonna be awesome. But for now, I have about 24 days until that trip begins. So just going to finish up the financial side of things and save up. This potentially could be my last trip for a long time. I don't know. I have been in the employment market, or whatever you call it. I have been working for the past 7 years. And in that 7 years, I have never at once had more than $8,000 in my bank account. That's pretty pathetic, because I've been working for 7 years, and it's not really responsible of me to not have a lot of money and a safety net in case something goes wrong. So this could be my last trip for a minute, but I think I can make the money fairly quick, because between July 10th and August 10th, I made about $4,000, and that's pretty good considering the summertime is our worst time for what I do for a living. So I have a feeling I can do it fairly quick. I plan on coming back home with $4,000 or $5,000, and then I'm going to try and get $20,000 before my next trip. Well, I'm not going to try, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to plan any international trips or anything until I have $20,000 in my bank account, because that would make me feel very comfortable, at ease, and I'll probably will have more fun on my international adventures with money in the bank. Because like when I was in the Philippines and I dated that girl Joanne, that was awesome. She was beautiful. I enjoyed it. But that was towards the beginning of that Asian trip, and I still had like a month and a half to go, and I was already at $4,000, and I had Japan left on that trip, as well as Los Angeles and Hong Kong. So that pretty much, I don't know. I didn't know when I would be able to come back to the Philippines, because I was gonna be damn near broke, and I was, when I come back to America and home here in Memphis. So with that being said, that didn't work out, and I don't want money being the reason why I can't keep a girl or go after a girl that I do like. So I'm going to get my money together and then focus on a relationship if it comes to me. I'm not going to go out and just look for one after I make the money, because I want it to be fluid. I want it to be natural. I don't want it to be forced or anything, because that kind of relationship ain't no fun anyway, so why do it? And then when I dated the girl in Toronto about 4 or 5 years ago, every time I went up to Toronto, I went up there with like $2,000–$3,000. If anyone has ever been to Toronto, you know that city is not cheap, especially on $2,000–$3,000. But I made it work. I made it work. And while I was dating the girl up there, yeah, I made it work with the money I had, but I wish I had more, and probably would have been a more successful relationship if I had not been worried about money the entire time. Because being on $2,000–$3,000 in Toronto, you're kind of worried about money the entire time. Wow, look at this guy. I'm not sure if you can see him. Wow. And I did try to make that relationship work. Hell, I bought her a Toronto Maple Leafs ticket for the hockey game there at Air Canada Center, what is now Scotia Bank Center. I bought her that ticket for her birthday, so I thought I was a good boyfriend, even though I didn't have a lot of money to my name. But imagine I go to Toronto on $20,000 and I find somebody. It'll probably be a more successful exchange, relationship, whatever. I could go somewhere random and find somebody I like and I want to date. So having the money in the bank to cover my return to wherever is also important to me. Also, when I was in Japan, I really wanted to go to Disneyland. They have a Disneyland in Tokyo, Japan, but I couldn't. Well, I could, but I only had $2,000 to my name. Only had $2,000. If I went to Disneyland, that would put me out $150, $200. And I still had 3 weeks of that trip left to go. I had Hong Kong, and then I had Los Angeles. I had Osaka. So all right, well, here's my plan for the next 3 months after I get back home from this Asian adventure, Chicago, Phoenix. What I want to do is save up $20,000, and that I'm going to do. And here's how I'm going to do it. I should be coming home with about $4,000 or $5,000. So the initial $5,000 doesn't count for what I'm about to say. But for every $5,000 that I make, I'm going to go on a 4, 5, 6, 7 day trip somewhere nearby. Nashville, St. Louis, Atlanta, Birmingham, Dallas, somewhere around there. I'm going to do that just to rest, because it takes a lot of work to make $5,000 what I do for a living. I got to put in a lot of hours to make it happen, but I can make it happen. I know I can. So I'm going to do that. So when I hit $10,000, I'm going to go on a 4, 5, 6 day trip. When I hit $15,000, same thing. And when I hit $20,000, I might do the same thing, because I'm not sure if I'm going to want to immediately do an international trip when I hit 20,000, or if I'm going to want to save an additional $5,000 for an international trip, because I don't want to dig into that $20,000 I just worked my ass off for. So I might want to work another month and get $5,000 and get $5,000 more dollars into my bank account, so I'm not digging into the $20,000 I just worked my ass off for. Anyways, that's the plan. I have rarely been at this Nesbitt Park. The only time I've ever been there was way over there, just at the entrance, just to make a video. I didn't walk in here that deep, so I'm probably gonna stop around here and head back to my car and see what else I get into today. Hope you enjoyed the video so far. Just me rambling, bringing y'all a video, since I haven't brought you a video in over a month. Once I got back home from Las Vegas, Nevada, I've just been working on average 9-10 hours a day. So you do the math for 39 days. All right, let's get out of here. Nesbitt Park. Ugh, I'm tired. But it's good to work out, stretch your legs, especially when you drive for a living. It's good to just run. Hope I don't fall. Heading back to my car. Oh shit. Hope the stabilization is keeping up. All right, this battery's about to die anyway, so see y'all in the next clip. I am sweating my ass off, but I just made it out of the trail over here. So now I'm gonna walk back to my car. Here's the porta potties. Give this video a thumbs up if you've ever used a porta potty. All right, here's my car. I just made it back in my car. It's pretty hot right now. It's about 87 degrees. It feels like it's 100. Let's go ahead and turn some air on. All right, I'm gonna head back home now. I'll bring back the videoing later on today. I plan on going out to eat, so I'll bring y'all with me, I guess. All right, my name is Zack and I like to backpack around the world. Be sure to subscribe until the next scene, the next clip, the next whatever. Well, my grandfather, my uncle, and I are about to head to Rock and Roll Sushi. I don't have many off days when I am home. I mainly work, as I've said before, so I'm going to take this off day, spend with my family. We're gonna go to Rock and Roll Sushi. It's gonna be a good time because they have some of the best sushi in America. There's not a lot of good sushi places in America, to be honest with you. After I had sushi in Copenhagen, Denmark, nowhere really compares. Mexico City and Cancun has some good sushi places. Japan, where sushi is from, it's okay. But the thing is, salmon isn't from Japan. Salmon got, I don't know the word for it. Somebody help me out here. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But salmon is not from Japan. It's from, I believe, Norway. I believe Norway or Denmark shipped it over to Japan and migrated it over there. So in a way, sushi is just as Scandinavian as it is Japanese, if we're gonna get down to the nitty-gritty of it. Nothing's going to beat that fresh salmon that Copenhagen produces. But at the same time, it costs $30 just for a sushi roll in Copenhagen, so, but it is worth it, definitely. I cannot wait to go back to Copenhagen to indulge in more sushi. But it's an expensive country, so I gotta kind of hold off a little bit.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah. Where's Johnny? He gets up in my bedroom. You gotta make him wait for her to go get Bella every day. Oh, John. Zachary.
Thought you come around to say something.
No.
Talking about mine, talking about. He said, Simon, he said, he's like me. He said, every time I said, you know Paul Dunn? Oh, yeah, we know old Paul. So we used to roll a quarter down a hall just to watch him chase it. Oh, he's filming.
That's what he didn't want me to tell you he was filming you.
Oh.
That's why you had
a. He said he did like to sleep, but Mike said they all say he likes to sleep.
Well, I wasn't the only one. One's probably saying that probably did too. You know? If they don't want you to use it, don't put it out there. You have cut back a lot though. No. Same thing. $8. Huh? You got $8? Pay $1. Yes, it'll work. What'd you say? My little boy, her mother, sister, he goes around the world, got the t-shirt show. Spicy, I'm not eating. Like when he sells them t-shirts, he sells those t-shirts. He gets that food, he'll start describing it. He'll take a
I have to ask my accountant about that.